19 Tiger, 19 Lion.
On first down, it's Sanders. Throwing right, it's taken in.
Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
This one not quite on target. Set him too much, and that one falls incomplete.
Protecting the ball anytime you throw the ball in the middle of the field is obviously critical, right? That's where tip passes, that's where all sorts of stuff happens when you put the ball in harm's way. But you also have to protect your receivers. There's a bit of a trust back and forth with the receiver saying, hey, I'm willing to go across the middle and compete for the ball. But now you're my eyes. You have to protect me and make sure that the location of the ball doesn't run me into a big hit.
His second grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a first down.
Let's go now. Cowboy 80.
They go play action with Sanders. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Montez Sweat getting in there for the sack. Number 3 on the year for him.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete. Tank Dell was the one he was looking for. And it's going to be third down.
It's one of those balls where the quarterback wishes there was a string. The second it came out of his hand, he wished he could just pull it back because from the moment it left his hand, that looked like a sure interception. And the only reason it wasn't because the defender just flat out dropped it.
18 Cardinal, 79 Broncos.
Now Sanders on third and long. Now a ball deep, middle of the field. That one is batted away, incomplete. No separation that time, tightly defended. It brings up fourth down. Here's their punter now. It's on to punt for the second time in this opening quarter. Oh, hello! He is stopped in his tracks on that one. They made sure that return was not going any farther. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll send a tight end in motion. Back to throw here to begin the drop. That's to the right side and incomplete. He's looking for Jalen Wright out of the backfield. And it'll bring up second down. They'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, this one is complete. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Exiting the pocket right. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw when the pass is incomplete. 2nd and 10. Back to the air one more time. Got a man open downfield on the crossing route. And he's out of bounds but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. That'll be caught. It's Jalen Wright. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10. A gain of 11, and it's 1st and goal.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. I think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be...
And he will get into the end zone! Jalen Wright, touchdown, Mexico City. That's his 2nd touchdown of this one, and he's got a half dozen for the year.
So you look back a week ago, Mike, and that tough loss, and you can already see this is a much different group. There's a different focus, there's a different clarity, there's a different operation in and out of the huddle. They look sharp, motivated, and 2 drives later, they've got 2 touchdowns, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Drive starts with a run by Judkins. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
Warriors 70.
Now Sanders to throw on 2nd down. He's hit as he threw. It goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass.
Quarterback's lucky on that one, Mike, that ball ended up just harmlessly falling to the ground. It was that initial pressure that got to him that forced the errant throw, and fortunately for this offense, that ball didn't end up going the other way.
On 3rd down, Sanders. That's going to be incomplete. And they'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter. Here's the punter now, as he is on to punt for Cleveland. That is fielded at the 20. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the 1st quarter of play. Much happening there, just a short game. From the 35, here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll take a shot down the middle of the field. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
And I think I want to see a little bit more of this style from this defense. The key, Mike, is at that catch point, you want to create as much contact and be physical. Separate the ball from the intended receiver, and it's a great example there.
They'll send the receiver in motion to the left. Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring fourth down right in the face.
And he got all of this one. Headed for the sideline. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. On play action, Shador. Now he'll air one out. That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively. All over him. And it'll be 2nd down.
And you don't earn the reputation this guy has, Mike, without having some really elite ball skills at your disposal. I mean, he's universally considered one of the best corners in the entire league. And when he makes plays like this, it's pretty easy to see why.
On 2nd down, Sanders. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea, didn't he? Force anything there, but now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
3rd and 10.
Let's go.
He'll look to throw. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
On comes the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Now, fair catch will be taken out near the 35-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
A handoff here to start the drive, but this will end up being a reverse. And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line.
Well, there hasn't been a whole lot for this crowd to be excited about on either side of the ball, but at least now the defense is trying to be that spark. Nice tackle for loss there. Can they do something to build upon to try to get this team going?
Quick throw here is complete. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. Plenty of room after that catch. Big gainer of 23.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Receiver in motion, headed left. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And that one incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here's a 3rd down and 4. On the zone read, it's a give to Rice. And he's going to have the first down. They'll mark him at the 29, but it's a new set of downs. First down picked up. On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. From the 23, here's 2nd and 4. Send a man in motion right. Forced to his right. Now a deep ball toward the end zone. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete.
I think their sideline celebrated just a little prematurely, because if you look closer, Mike, it's pretty clear. The receiver did not possess the ball while having both feet in bounds. Missed opportunity there, incomplete.
This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback. That is caught out wide on the RPO. Down the right sideline. Not quite to the end zone, but in great position, out of bounds at the 3. It is a big play for the Browns. 62 yards. So after the big play to start, now we have 1st and goal. Judkins is into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg, could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead, and let's make it a 1-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close. Give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. Escaping to his left. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but up past the 35. Call it a gain of 13. And that will be a 1st down. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll have more from Cleveland after this. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss. So I'm not really sure if it would have mattered, Mike. I don't think they were going to have enough to pick up the first down either way. But at least if that ball's completed, third down's just a little bit more manageable. Because now after the incomplete, they find themselves in third and pass.
Out to his right. He's going to look for the home run ball. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. And how about that? Third and a mile. And they convert and pick up a first down. On the give, it's right. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Back on the ground and back to right. With good blocking leading the way, he's got the first down inside the 25.
So, Mike, you know by now my philosophy on third down. If it was up to me, I don't even want to be in third down. I want to get all of my conversions on first and second down and be able to stay in those neutral down situations. So it's exactly what they do here. They lean on the ground game and pick up a fresh set of downs. A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Now he'll run it. And he's going to be close to the first down. Welcome just a yard short of a line to gain, so that'll bring up third and short yardage.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Slot man going to move in motion left. He'll try and throw for it on 3rd and 1. That's over the middle and take it in. He's got it. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal. Back to throw. That's going to be incomplete. They say no to the field goal, but that backfires. They're going to come away with nothing as this first half comes to an end. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Here comes a return from the 5. Oh, he's got room past the 30. He'll wind up getting this all the way to the 45-yard line. They'll run with right. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. That's Greg Newsome in to make the stop. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 7. They run again with right. And he's going to have a first down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And they'll take this down inside the 35. A pickup of 12 yards. That's enough for a first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get him the ball, pick up the first down.
He'll get this out to his running back. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
Quick throw, taken in, and this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. They get 12 yards on that pass, and that will be a first down.
First down, Mexico City.
Here we go, set. Rep roll, baby.
They'll look to throw again. That's over the middle and intercepted. He gets free. Past midfield. Inside the 30. And he's going to take this back all the way. Touchdown, Browns.
You know, it always amazes me, Mike, that these guys have all this energy, that following a long return like that then they can get into these big, elaborate celebrations. But listen, I don't blame them. You're a defensive guy. You don't get the ball in your hands very often. When you score, man, you better make the most of it.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Head up, this is right, and he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. It's going to be 3rd. They need 1. He's got his man down the field. It is a big completion. A big play there. 33 yards. Now, faking the give, going for it all. And this will be incomplete.
I can tell you from firsthand experience, Mike, that is a lonely and long jog back to the huddle. I mean, you're an inch away from being the hero with a deep touchdown. Instead, you let it go through your fingertips, and you got to come back to the huddle and try again.
A shotgun handoff to right. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. A gain of 11 on that one. That's enough for a 1st down.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here they got the lead. We're in the 2nd half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the 2nd half and close this game out?
And they'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal coming up.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and A quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
A run on 1st and goal. And he's going to go backwards, taken down at the 6. The task a bit tougher as they face 2nd and goal. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Rolling right. Good blocking, and he's in. Touchdown, Golden Eagles. Not going for 2. They'll kick the point after. It's up and through. And the Golden Eagles go up by 10. 24-14 is their lead. Before he gets out on defense, here is Justin Reed to kick this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Once the quarterback leaves the pocket, the hope is that it buys him a little time to allow second reaction from his receivers downfield. What he's not accounting for is the speed of a lot of these defensive ends in the league, Mike. He closed it
into space. Inside the 20. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 71 yards. Touchdown, Cleveland. The extra point is good. And the Browns cut the lead to 3. 24-21. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And he's very close to a 1st down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short. They do indeed snap it as they'll try and throw. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. A gutsy call, but they pay it off. It's a gain of 17.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. The RPO, that one is complete. And it'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
He runs with it.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
This crowd into it now as we get to third down. Now they'll set up to throw. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Touchdown, Mexico City. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Before he gets out on defense, here is Justin Reed to kick this one away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. Back to throw here to begin the drop. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. A throw left side finds Dell. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Flush to his right. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. They'll look to throw yet again. That'll be intercepted. Picked off by Quincy Riley. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown.
Well, he's going to have a lot better moments than this one, Mike. You just can't force that throw. Not at this level. It's going to cost you more times than not. And for this young rookie, hopefully this is one that he can learn from and not continue to repeat.
Now the try for an extra point. The kick is good. And the Golden Eagles will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. So before he gets out on defense, here is Justin Reed to kick this one away. Here comes a return from the end zone. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 17. right back to the air following that pick six. The rush gets there. He goes down back inside the 5-yard line.
I've been in enough locker rooms in my day, Mike, and pretty much all of the messages are the same. We want to start the second half fast. We want to take the fight to our opponent. Well, snapping the ball inside your own 5-yard line after that sack, I promise you, was not part of the speech. And if they're not careful, they're on the verge of surrendering 2 points here.
From down near his goal line, he'll look to throw. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he'll be brought down, but not before they move it up past the 30-yard line. The first-round pick looking right at home in this offense. It's a first down. He'll look to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. 2nd and 7. He'll drop to throw. He'll get that to Quinshon Judkins. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. A gain there of 15. It's a Browns first down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the 50, he'll set up to throw. Going up top. That is going to be pulled in. He's got it. Touchdown, Cleveland. Extra point try forthcoming. He's got it. And the Browns are able to cut the deficit to 10. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. That one's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
The best linebackers at this level, Mike, they have all the physical attributes. That's a given. But it's really their instincts. It's their ability to dissect and predetermine where the ball is going before the ball is even snapped. And you could see with how fast he met the back at the point of attack, he knew exactly what play was coming. All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there, and they force 4th down. The Golden Eagles going to have to punt. They'll kick it away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And this is a pretty good result. That kick will head out of bounds. Here is 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's into the hands of Dell on the right side. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. There's no rest to my shut it down. Whenever I got your money out, and people I got put money down. I'm betting the odds on all of. Here comes 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. This one complete right side. And he'll get only a yard before he's out of bounds, and that's going to set up a third down.
Now listen, I'm going to give the guy credit. It was a really nice catch, keeping his feet in bounds along the sidelines. It just doesn't amount to much in the grand scheme of things.
He's got his man down the field. It is a big completion. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. He's got down for that one. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another first down.
Every team in the league practices these situations every single day. That's a critical third down, Mike. So now with this fresh set of downs, they got to just take a deep breath. Now you're really not so much playing against your opponent as much as you are playing against this clock.
And this will be knocked down. It's incomplete, but there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. Awful time to get a penalty. Now 1st and 15. Back to the air one more time. Right back to Dell. He's got it again.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Here is 1st and goal. And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet.
Well, that was step one. The offense did their job, get this thing back within one possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
Well, here we go. The Browns will go for 2 here.
Browns will line up for the 2-point conversion.
On the zone read, he'll keep it himself. And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line.
I'm always curious how a defense is going to respond. So you give up a touchdown, you give up 6, and now the offense is trying to extend it to 8. How are you going to buckle down? How are you going to hang in there? In this case, let's give them a little credit. Keep those 2 off the board, and they can come to the sideline and regroup. Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
1st and 10 now from the 36. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Now we'll get a timeout, Cleveland. That's their 2nd. Get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to go in this one. Second down, they need 3. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. The Browns going to use the last of their timeouts now. They get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in the 4th. 3rd down and 3. A carry here for Wright. They'll put him down right at the 20, but they'll also move the sticks. That is a first down picked up.
And with the game on the line, Mike, here, fourth quarter, you put the ball in the hands of your running back behind this big offensive line. Great job, 2 hands on the ball, powers ahead for the first down, and that should all but end this one.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. And they'll have first and goal. He is down inside the 10-yard line. A gain of 11, and it's first and goal. Well, a touchdown here could be the capper to a victory. It is first and goal. On the ground, this is right. And they are going to add 6 more here at the end. Stay tuned for the coach's handshake. It might not be the friendliest. That late touchdown extends the margin of victory here on the game's final play. So, it's a win for our visitors. They bounced back from the loss last week. Really put in a determined effort to come away with the victory.